All right, so we're joined by the USDA Liaison for Alcorn State University School of Agriculture and Applied Sciences, Kameka Gray. We thank you so much for taking some time for us. I got a room full here with me at Velma Jackson High School. We're recording this for all of our friends in Madison County Schools, Madison Central, Rosa Scott, Ridgeland High School, Germantown High School, the Academic Options Center, and our YouTube channel. So thank you so much for speaking to our college and career readiness class. We're in the agriculture career cluster, which I know is very dear to your heart, and a lot of great things going on at Alcorn and other places in the state. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you for having me. This is truly an honor. I'm happy to be here. Good morning, everyone.
Now, before we talk about all the great things that you do with USDA, and you've had a great career with USDA, and just recently started this role at Alcorn. You're originally from Columbus, Ohio, and you went to Tennessee State and then graduated from a different school. But just tell us a little bit about your background, and your college experience and how you fell in love with ag.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Well, yes, I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. However, my family roots are in Carthage, Mississippi. On my mom's side and my father's side is Winston County in Noxapater, Mississippi. So I always wanted to get back home because my grandmother had 14 children and I have a lot of cousins and family, and I missed out on that growing up, just having that whole family centered around me. So my background, I went to St. Francis de Sales High School in Columbus, Ohio, then ended up going to Tennessee State. I was the only member of my family not to attend Alcorn. However, my daughter, she graduated from Alcorn in 2023, and I'll get into that later. But Alcorn has always been my bloodline, my legacy, my heart. So I'm so happy to have this position now to fill the capacity of liaison at the school that I've endeared and loved all my life. All of my family members have gone through Alcorn State. So at Tennessee State, I did take ag classes. However, I got my degree from Ohio Dominican University. I almost finished at Tennessee State, but I had my daughter. And so I had to get back home to Ohio where my parents were. And I finished with a business administration degree, actually. So I don't even have an agriculture degree. But that goes to show you that in USDA and federal careers, with your degree, you can do a lot of different things. But because I had courses in ag and a background in those courses, I was able to get into the agriculture sector better than just having a business degree. So,
Yeah, and that's a
what is,
great and that's a great because I know you started your career with USDA. You were doing all business stuff. You were in the office because everybody thinks ag, you're just digging in dirt and playing with pigs. And now, if you like that kind of stuff, obviously ag can be a great place for you. But there's a lot of science, there's a lot of business, there's a lot of finance involved. People don't understand when we're getting food. I mean, our food source depends on agriculture professionals, but it has to be bought. There has to be budgets that are dealt with. So just because you're not a person that loves being outside all the time doesn't mean you cannot have a great career in agriculture.
that's a great point. Absolutely. In fact, the majority of our careers are in the office dealing with farm records. There's a whole technology aspect of it as well, data collection. I did statistics for National Ag Statistics Service when I lived in Ohio, and I had no idea how many surveys that go out to producers and ag businesses so that we keep accurate data and make sure that America's producing enough food to feed the world. So it just opened my eyes to the world of careers that you can do in ag. There's so many different things. Um, and what I did, I worked in Ohio and then I moved to Athens, Georgia, doing statistics. And even in Athens, Georgia, just counting chickens, I didn't think I could make a career out of counting chickens every week and keeping up a report. I would go into different chicken plants, like, you guys know Tyson,
Yeah.
Sanderson. We see those plants in our areas. I was there making sure that we were producing enough chickens, because think about it. If Popeyes runs out of chicken, KFC runs out of chicken, how are we keeping account of that? So you never think about those things. There's so many things to ag. It's in the fiber of our everyday lives, from cotton production for the clothes we wear. And I can go on and on and on. But we have 29 agencies with USDA, and ag has always been in my family's legacy. My mom and dad are landowners in Lee County and Winston County. We have some acres now that we rent out to producers. So I do have an ag background from my family legacy. But you'd be surprised how many, it's more than farming. It's more than cows, hay, chickens. There's also, and even at Alcorn, we have drones, and we can get into that later too, but we offer drone pilot certifications. So that's the new wave now. You know, they're using drones to do prescribed burning of fields,
Yep.
to irrigate fields, to pollinate fields. I mean, it's just really taken on a whole new world of science. So,
Yeah, and obviously we want to get to all the great things they do at the School of Agriculture and Applied Science at Alcorn, also at Mississippi State. But before we do that, I want to talk about
mhm,
if kids are watching this and they say, "Look, I'm interested in ag, but I'm not really a college person."
mhm,
So talk about some of the careers that would be available to kids that do the community college route. I know that we think we have 7 community colleges that have agriculture programs in Mississippi, and they can get a trade that is much needed in ag. You know, there's more and more automation when it comes to milking of cows, when it comes to feeding of livestock, when it comes to the drones, when it comes to mechanics, when it comes to a lot of things that don't necessarily require a 4-year degree. So if kids are
that's
kind
true.
of, on the fence, or I definitely don't want to do
Mhm.
the 4-year route, what are some opportunities in ag that they may not be aware of?
Oh, there are a lot of opportunities with our ag business corporation. Like, for instance, John Deere. You can get a certificate in welding and work for that company. Tractor Supply Company. There's a lot of different things you can do. There's a lot of different farms that are hiring that need assistance with their day-to-day operations. So there's a lot of things you can do without a degree. Also, I do have my scholar on the line, Casey, with us. He started off at junior college, and he transferred to Alcorn State. But he's got a lot of classmates that have gone into the private ag sector, I'm sure. But there are opportunities there as well without having a degree.
Yeah, and big shout out to my friend Dr. Carla Turner Bailey over there at Heinz Utica and Heinz Raymond running their ag programs, and
Mhm.
also we also glad Casey Jones, Velma Jackson grad, has joined us, one of our very proud alums, and doing a great job in ag. He doesn't have to show his face, but we're glad he's here with us today. But again, and then also Alcorn has a great partnership with these community colleges, as does Mississippi State and their great ag program. So we've watched a few clips in class, and I've made it available to our other teachers. So talk about some of the things that happens at Alcorn when it comes to the agriculture department, because they're adding more and more things every year. There's the agribusiness, there's the agroeconomics, there's the agriculture science. There's ones that focus on the animals. There's some that focus on the crops. So you mentioned the drone. The geospatial mapping is a big money maker because it saves so much time when it comes to not only the livestock, but to planting the fields and the controlled burns. So just talk about some of the things and the things on the cutting edge of technology that are right there in our state at Alcorn.
Oh, definitely. Yes, we do offer agribusiness management, ag economics. We have the ag sciences, which is plant soil science, animal science. And within the College of Ag, we also include the technology aspect, geospatial science and engineering. We also have ag engineering as well. So there's a lot to choose from in the College of Ag. And we also have a MOU or partnership with Mississippi State. It's a 3-in-1 for poultry science. You can do 3 years at Alcorn and get your degree, and then spend your last year at Mississippi State, and you'll have 2 degrees. One is what you had, whatever major you have at Alcorn, which is mostly animal science, because you're going to the poultry science at Mississippi State. So you can graduate in 4 years with a degree from Alcorn and a degree from Mississippi State.
Wow.
So that's a great opportunity. We also are introducing forestry into our program. There's a high demand
Wow.
for that, especially here in this state.
Yeah, and Mississippi State used to be the only place that had forestry, so that's great.
hmm We have a forestry professor now that just introduced to our department. So we look forward to expanding that. It is a demand for it.
Now, obviously, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about, I know you're there at Alcorn, and, and Mississippi State's ag program is one of the best in the country. They do a absolutely amazing job. I think they have
They do.
47 concentrations. For people that are really, I think it's cool. They have the turf management. They have part of the ag program is doing sports fields. So that's part of ag. I don't think people realize. But
That's true.
Alcorn, obviously HBCU. And I think it's important to talk about, I've heard several HBCU presidents say this, and I have kids all the time tell me, well, I went to a black high school. I don't want to go to a black college. And I don't think that's a fair comparison because the little area that you grow up in is not a really representation of the large amount of people that come to these HBCUs. And I always say historically black doesn't mean exclusively black. I know for a fact there are non-black ag students at Alcorn that are
That's
doing some
true.
great things because they are attracted to the small class sizes.
That's
Nothing
true.
against Mississippi State, but you're going to get
Oh yeah,
a lot more one-on-one attention at Alcorn with the smaller class
with the
sizes that
professors.
community feels. So talk
Absolutely.
about that HBCU experience that anybody can be a part of and get a great academic experience and an ag education.
It's truly family here at Alcorn State University. That's what I love about it so much, and not just within the student body, but even our Alcornites, the alumni, come back and they want to make sure you succeed. Like you said, we have smaller class sizes, so professors know you by name. They know these students and individually what they're going through. We have international students on campus. And they're a large part of our department as well in the College of Ag. What I love most about Alcorn is, to me, it feels like it's just a safe environment. It's a beautiful campus, and you really feel like family there and people who care about your success. So please visit us. I'm always on campus during the week, and I would love to show the students around, show them how student life is at Alcorn, the dorms, the cafeteria. And like you said, it's not just about an all black school. We do have different ethnicities, races. It's a diverse campus as well. But like I said, we do have those who are from the same communities in Mississippi, but they also end up reaching out to students from other states. We have a lot from Chicago, from even Ohio. I was surprised to find out. So we have students from all over, and they just integrate as family immediately.
That's awesome. Now, obviously, what you do as the USDA liaison is you do so many great things to partner with the university to help find career opportunities and internships. Because I always say, no, even if you don't want to be an ag person, because we may have somebody watching this like, man, this is stupid. I have no desire to ever work in ag. That's fine. But one thing I think applies to any major, no matter where you go to school, because I never tell kids where they need to go to school. I just give them all the options. But no matter where you decide to further your education, it is so important to get involved and find internships and network and student organizations.
Absolutely.
And, it's not just about the grades. The grades are extremely important because obviously, if you don't keep the grades, you're not going to be in school very long.
That's
So,
correct.
the USDA, what you do there, you provide ways to get internships, and that gives
I do.
them it gives them class credit, but also it gives them a chance to work in the field for a little while and say, hey, is this really for me? It gives them a chance to get their name out there because so many times I know you see it. If you have an internship somewhere, whether it's an ag or not, if you do a good job and you make a good impression, there's a really good chance you could get offered a job there. So talk
Absolutely.
about the importance of finding networks and student organizations while you're on
Oh
a college
yes. Oh
campus, whether
yes.
you're at Alcorn or whether you're at Ole Miss.
No matter where you are, get involved in those youth ag organizations. Manners is a great one. They have an annual conference each year where the students are able to network with hundreds of ag industry, and a lot of them have landed successful careers. You'd be surprised how you can just meet one person at those events, and it'll change your life. It's not just federal USDA. There's so many other BASF, Bear Crop Science, seed companies. They're all there at Manners. So no matter what school you attend, get involved in those ag youth organizations, and it's going to open your eyes to a world of possibilities and opportunities that you can have for success. So in FFA, we have FFA at Alcorn. Do you know FFA members? They travel across the state learning about producers. They travel and meet other FFA chapters. They also go to a lot of numerous events. And it's great to have on your resume to have the background of those organizations and just your leadership roles in them. You can serve as an officer position. But even with those youth organizations, you can qualify for USDA youth loans. If you want to start an ag business yourself, you need $10,000. You want to buy some cows and you're familiar with that. Being a part of that organization can make you make you qualify and eligible for those programs also with USDA. So it does open up more opportunities than just careers.
Yeah, and also I'm glad you mentioned FFA because our friend Deborah Taylor here at Velma Jackson is a huge FFA advocate, and we got to shout out her. She does so much for the agriculture community. But on top of USDA, the Mississippi Department of Agriculture always has great opportunities for youth. Commissioner Andy Gibson and Commissioner Lester Spell before him did a great job of getting youth involved in FFA around Mississippi. So even if you're not one of the people that wants to move across the country with USDA, there's so many great opportunities right here in
Oh yeah.
Mississippi um,
Yes, there are.
for that.
Um,
But I just
I always encourage students, don't just go to usajobs.gov. Look at the State Department of Ag for opportunities as well. There are a lot of careers in there too. Um, even just local ag sectors as well. So, a lot of our students at Alcorn, they think I just want to go to USDA, work for NRCS or FSA. But I try to expand their mindset to the other opportunities, and a lot of them. That's why I encourage them to get involved with Manners and FFA, so they can also be made aware of other opportunities. So
Yeah, and then also if kids want to go to Mississippi State, they also have a USDA liaison is uh, there as well that they can get involved with. And again, they do a great job up at Mississippi State in their ag department as well. So Mississippi is so blessed to have two of the top ag programs in the country right here
yes,
with Auburn and
well, it's
Mississippi
our
State.
number one industry.
This is a great industry for kids to get into, and they don't have to
Mhm.
leave the state to go to college for it. So really want to push both of those ag programs on these young people. But I do have some questions from the students, and these are
Okay,
really good. I'm glad they're thinking about this. This
good.
first one is Cam Nettles. He's in 10th grade, one of our football players here at Velma Jackson. And he
Okay,
asked, is it hard to keep up with all the technological advancements that happen in agriculture?
you have to pace yourself. Um, as far as the students, um, we introduce them not at the freshman year level, but as they become upperclassmen in sophomore, junior years. For those who are taking their education seriously, of course, we recommend those students to partner with our technology department and our drone certification programs. So just pace yourself. Yes, there's a lot developing. And even if you're not in college and you want to know how do I keep up with all these technological advances, do your research, take your time. It's always evolving, so don't feel like you have to absorb it all at once. It's like drinking from a fire hose. It's always evolving, so just take your time and process. And just reach out to us and let us know what you're interested in, and particularly, and we can help you get information and resources for that also.
I love this is hilarious. I love this question. This is Landria Wilder. She's our student council president, member of our volleyball team, senior, and she
Mhm.
asked, would there be a great career in ag for someone like me because I don't like to be messy, but I would still love to give a great contribution?
Absolutely. I've worked in agriculture for 15 years, and I probably got messy one time working in the chicken plant and counting chickens. But most of my work has been at the desk. I also engage with a lot of ag conferences. Those are fun to attend. It's not all messy work at all. There's so many jobs in agriculture where you are assisting producers by helping them keep farm records, just helping them to apply for programs, loans. A lot of them need help with putting in their information in for technical assistance. So it's not always messy. Like I said, I don't get messy myself unless
Yeah,
I have to. I'm not afraid to get messy, but it's so much more than that. And unless you want
yeah,
to, yeah.
and we'd be remiss if I didn't mention my friend in Texas who up in the Panhandle, who his friend has developed a app called the Dairy Performance Network, and they measure output of cattle in that area. And he was
Hmm.
like, "Look, I have people that don't even know what a cow looks like, but they developed my app, and they're in the ag sector helping farmers." And he had actually made the joke that one of them screamed when he got dirt on him one time, but he's making a lot of money in the ag sector. So that is a great point. I got two more. This is Erin Gaines.
Okay.
She's in ninth grade, member of our JROTC here, and
Okay.
she asked,
Hi, Aaron.
uh, "Do you really enjoy what you do? And if you had, did you ever have a different passion other than ag?"
I wanted to be a school teacher. Thanks for that question. My mom was an educator and my dad worked for USDA. So now I'm doing the best of both worlds because I grew up watching my dad and his work with USDA, and my mom was an educator. But I always wanted to make a difference. I love what I do now. I really do. I've always loved working for USDA. I even did crop insurance. I've had three different positions throughout my 15-year tenure. But what I do now is really to my core what I love to do to help young people succeed and to provide them opportunities. You all are our future. These are our future agriculturalists, and a lot of them, when I grew up in Ohio, I did not know all the possibilities with agriculture. I didn't know. I wanted to provide that information, that access to students, scholarships in agriculture that I didn't know of when I was in school, and I wish I did. We have scholarships at Alcorn State University College of Ag also. While you're in high school, it's important that you keep your GPA up. Most scholarships are 3.0 or higher. And for high school students, most scholarships require at least a 20 on your ACT score. But at Alcorn State, we have a lot of students who transfer from junior college because that ACT is not a requirement to get that money. Just have a GPA of 3.0 and you can be eligible for scholarships. There's nothing like going to school and it's paid and you don't have to worry about debt or student loan debt. So I have a scholarship called the USDA 1890 National Scholars. I have 19 that have been awarded right now on our campus. They go to Alcorn State tuition free, and the room and board is covered. Everything's covered. And they have an internship with USDA and a possible career when they graduate. Wow. And that's depending on different things. So that's an amazing opportunity that's only offered. It's an 1890 scholarship, so it's only offered in Mississippi at Alcorn State University. And that application opens up in January next year. But also in the College of Ag, we have the NRCS scholarship, and we have the College of Ag 1890 scholarship. There's separate from my scholarship. So if you go to Alcorn State University, come visit us and we'll let you know about those scholarship opportunities as well. Or you can visit alcorn.edu, go to the College of Ag, and our scholarships are listed there as well. So that's something to keep in mind. Make sure you get some good reference letters from your counselors. Make sure you make impressions on your counselors and your teachers so that they can back you up with recommendation letters, because we read those and when we mark the criteria for your eligibility to receive the scholarship. So, yes.
Yeah, and that's another great reason to do the internships, because you mentioned how great would it look for you to have a reference letter with the USDA letterhead on it. I mean, perception is everything. So
That's
things
right.
like that, I don't think young people I know they're 14, 15, 16 years old. They don't realize that's going to carry a lot of weight when it comes
That's
to what
right.
you want to do after college. But I got one more question. This is Jeremiah Williamson. He's in ninth grade, one of our football players here.
Hi,
And he asked,
Jeremiah.
was it hard to thrive and be a great student after having your daughter while you were in college?
It was. I'm not going to lie to you, but I made it. But you know what? It gave me more focus. It gave me more determination. I was scared at first. Yes, I was at Tennessee State and I was pregnant and I was ashamed and I was afraid. But it gave me more drive to complete my degree. Once you have your degree, no one can take that from you. And I needed to make sure that I completed my degree so that I could have a successful life as a single mother. So it just gave me more focus, more drive. It kept me from partying in college, of course. But it got me to where I am today. So if you ever have a downfall in life, you can always get back up. Not to say that, having a pregnancy is necessarily a downfall, but it was considered a setback for me. But thank goodness for my family helping me. And now my daughter, she graduated from Alcorn State University. She was awarded a scholarship. And guess what she does now? She works for USDA in California, making more money than her mom, doing great. So there's always blessings. And no matter what you go through, as long as you have the heart to persevere and overcome it, those things make you stronger. They really do. So just keep God first, keep going. Just know that people will support you. Even if you don't have family to support you, Miss Kameka is here to support you, because I know what it's like. It can be scary. I understand what it's like, and I want you to succeed. So I'm always here for you. You can reach out to me at the College of Ag and Applied Sciences. I live in Brandon, Mississippi, but I'm always in the Canton area, Lee County area, visiting with producers and family. I look forward to seeing you all. And yes, it was hard, but you know what? Life can be hard, but you will make it. You will make it.
Yeah, and we'd be remiss if we didn't mention our friend Alan Curry out there in California, also an Alcorn Ag alum. And he always
He
says,
hired my daughter.
yeah,
Yeah, she's
it's
in his
really
office.
early. It's too early in the
Uh-huh.
morning for him to join us out there on the West Coast. But he always said, I never thought being a little kid in Port Gibson, Mississippi, that I'd be out
Uh-huh.
here in Salinas, California, working for the USDA, and he literally
Hmm.
has such a big hand in our produce that we get every day in America. So it
We love
really
Alan
is,
Curry. Yeah, we love
yeah,
him, and he's always reached back and helped our students
yeah,
succeed and get careers.
absolutely. I mean, I can't think of a better person out there on the West Coast to help with ag. So I had to mention my guy because we're good friends. But we're almost out of time, and we thank you
Oh, I'm
so much
sorry.
for
Okay.
joining us. But
Okay.
our student council is definitely planning on coming to the Alcorn State High School Day on October 4th. But if anybody's interested in coming, you said you'd be there and would
Hmm.
love, even if they don't want to stay for the football game, they need to come and see the campus and see what the College of Ag has to offer. So just tell us how they can do that and how they can get more information.
Well, as you enter Alcorn State University, you could not miss the College of Ag and Applied Sciences. As soon as you go through the welcome gate, we are on the right-hand side, big building with the water fountain. But we are going to be set up out there with all this information that I just presented to you today. So stop by and be sure to see us. Come see Miss Kameka. I'll be happy to meet you all. Like I said, I'm also bringing some students down from Lee County area. So we're going to have a great time. It's a lot of fun activities they're planning. Our College of Admissions has worked hard for high school day to make sure it's a success. So please, you'll enjoy it. You really will. And I hope that we can get you to sign and sign up and for admissions to Alcorn State University. It's a great experience our students have, and we have a very high success rate. So I look forward to seeing you all.
Absolutely. Now, the last thing before we go, you've mentioned about all the great opportunities in ag. So, if kids are still deciding what they want to do, obviously it's okay. They're still in high school. Why should they really consider a career in the agriculture sector?
One thing about agriculture, we always need food. It's a sector that will always have opportunity. America, we don't just feed our country, we feed the world. Agriculture, like I said, the cotton that we grow here in the Delta and in Mississippi, look what we're wearing. This is all from Mississippi and beyond. Crops that are needed. There will always be opportunity in agriculture because we always need to eat. We always need clothes. So there's always going to be opportunity and so much more. Wood, even forestry, the wood, our furniture, and now hemp is taking off. They're making furniture out of hemp. So you always need livestock. You always need the engineering of it all, the soil testing of it all, everything. So it's a stable career. And what I enjoyed about being in federal government, it has provided me the stability of benefits, salary, uh, even help with my student loans being forgiven. And
Wow.
so it's just a world of opportunities. I could go on and on and on, but I am grateful for agriculture. It's been in my family since its existence. So you always will get a chance to do something that you like. And sometimes you may find a job and you don't like it so much, but you learn about another job. You have the flexibility. I've lived in Ohio, Georgia, and now Mississippi. You have flexibility to move. You have flexibility to change careers. It's just a great opportunity overall. Better quality of life.
Big time. I agree. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you down there in Lorman on October 4th, and we encourage everybody, even if not just in ag, give Alcorn a shot, see what they got to offer. But we thank you so much for joining us, the
Thank you.
USDA Liaison for Alcorn State University College
Thank
of Agriculture
you.
and Applied Science, Kameka Gray. We thank you so much for taking some time
Thank
for us today.
thank you all. I look forward to seeing you all. And Casey, thank you for joining.
I talk
Thanks,
to you guys soon.
everyone. All right,
See
take
ya.
care. Thank you.